the game that is politics.
We talk about that, take some space, and then we'll address.
If I had to describe George Santos, would be a charismatic liar.
Do you solemnly swear or affirm?
Do you have any statements here? Do you have anything to say
Explain
here?
what happened.
I'm not going to discuss an ongoing investigation.
Support and defend the Constitution.
Anything about the money, the
I
investigation.
have no comments for Judge
Of the United States against all enemies.
George Santos is a con artist.
He's been lying about pretty much everything.
I had no idea that he was a total fraud.
So help you God.
It's the greatest fiction in the history of congressional politics.
Nonsense, it's all.
Santos has got to be expelled. He was elected under false pretenses.
How dare you lie to this community? Do you feel like you're qualified to serve in this Congress?
There should be a law against a criminal serving in an elected office.
It's really quite disgraceful. Should step down.
How can he be trusted to be a lawmaker when he breaks the law?
Did you raise money for a coffee?
He allowed my dog to die. He's a horrible, evil person.
Where does this end? How much is actually tied up with this? That is sort of what it's been like reporting on George Santos.
I've been in politics over 50 years. I've never seen a story anything like Santos.
There's nobody who is this off.
We have an indictment. It's a witch hunt.
Hello, welcome to episode 70 of Just My Opinion. And before I get started, let me give a shout out to Heen Fishing. Check out his channel on YouTube, Heen Fishing. Also, check out Tab 2 Times channel on YouTube. Also, Saeed Abdul Amin. He make my music for my outro and my intro. Any people that's interested in dealing with him for us getting beats or anything of that nature, you can contact him on his Instagram channel at Saeed Abdul Amin. Also his Facebook page at Saeed Abdul Amin. Thank you. Okay, welcome to episode 70 of Just My Opinion. And this episode I'm entitling Lying. Due to the recent expulsion of George Santos, a former U.S. representative from New York 3rd Congressional District, from July until December 2023, a member of the Republican Party, he was elected to Congress at 2022 after running unsuccessful in 2020 for the same seat. Santos became the first openly LGBT member to be elected as a non-incumbent. He also was expelled from Congress on December the 1st, 2023, making Santos the sixth person to be expelled in the history of the House of Representatives. This is an unfortunate situation. This guy has a long and lengthy criminal history. I don't see how the Republicans even put him up as a candidate. They put him up as a candidate to represent their party. Asked their party for the 3rd congressional seat out in New York. And this guy not only has committed crimes allegedly in America, he was indicted in Brazil. Criminal charges, 23 felonies in the United States. 9 acts of think it's wire fraud. 9 acts of mail and wire fraud. 3 acts of money laundering, 2 accounts of theft of funds, 2 accounts of making false statements. I mean, this guy's amazing. 1 account of making false statements to the FEC. 2 accounts of falsifying records on a document. 2 accounts of aggressive identity theft. 2 accounts of unlawful monetization transaction over $1,000. This guy is a wanted criminal, a known liar. Let's just make it simple and plain. And he's admitted that he's lied and embellished on his resume in the past, such as he graduated from a Ruby College, such as he was a star volleyball player and they won the championship, NCAA championship with Ruby College, such as he's Jewish, such as his mother was in one of the Twin Towers on 9/11, which I think that's a downright ghastly and very disrespectful lie to tell. A lot of people lost their lives. A lot of people gave their lives on that day. That's a dark day for America, a dark day for the world. And you have the cause to get up there and try to put yourself in that. Another one of the most dark crimes in history. This was a crime against humanity. He said his grandparents were survivors of the Holocaust. The pain and suffering that the people that survived and died in the Holocaust and for you to soil their memory and their legacy and their courage for political gain is wrong. It's definitely and totally wrong. No political gain is worth having to lie on an issue such as that. That's disgusting. Downright disgusting. That's just slavery and the Holocaust to me are two of the most devastating, inhumane things that other people has inflict on others. And may God bless everyone that went through the Holocaust and slavery. Everybody survived the Holocaust. But to tell that lie is just crazy. Crazy. That you would have the audacity and the gall .23 indictments alleged and 23 fraud fraud counts against the agent, which he's pleaded not guilty. And he's denying direct cause for him to resign. He survived the initial expulsion vote after the House Ethics Committee released in November implicated that Santos was fraud. He was expelled from the House of Representatives by a vote of 311 to 114, exceeding the 2/3 majority. He was the only Republican ever expelled from the House. And the only Republican and the only person expelled without being first convicted of a federal crime or not supporting the Confederacy during the Civil War. He made history being elected, being the first openly gay person to gain an election that wasn't a incumbent. He didn't have office before he ran. Instead of doing right for your constituents, instead of doing right for your community, the LBGT, no disrespect to y'all, but I get those alphabets mixed up. The gay community, let's say that. No disrespect. Sorry. On December the 19th, 2022, after Santos won the election, but before he took office, New York Times reported that he misrepresented many aspects of his life, including his education and employment history. Santos' lawyers denied the allegations. On December 21st, the Forward and Jewish Inside reported that he had Jewish heritage and initial claims that he had paternal grandparents who was Jewish Holocaust refugees who fled the Soviet Union, Ukraine during the German occupation. Germany occupies Belgium. False. His material grandparents was born in Brazil. And on December 22nd, New York Attorney General Letta James announced an investigation as open up into Santos. December 26th, Santos broke his silence with a radio interview on WBAC in New York. He denied being a criminal. He said he's not a fraud. He's not a criminal. His frivolous character run from character. Santos admitted that he lied about where he graduated from and that he worked for Goldman Sachs and Citigroup. During the interview, he said he never claimed to be Jewish. I'm a Catholic, he said, but he learned that he had Jewish background. He said, I am Jewish. By December 28th, prosecutors in the Eastern District of New York was investigating Santos' finances, and the Nassau County District Attorney was investigating him also. In 2020, Santos claimed that he was biracial and that his Brazilian-born father had roots in Angola. which the Jewish insider cannot confirm. Santos was raised Catholic, but at various points in his career, he's claimed to be Jewish, half Jew, and non-observant Jew. A proud American Jew and a Latino Jew. At other points, Santos described himself as a Catholic. In January 2020, appearing on the talk show, GOP cable talk show he hosts, Santos claimed his material grandparents grew up and converted to Judaism. Grew up Jew, then they converted to Catholicism before the Holocaust and was raising their children as Catholics. Santos said, "I am Catholic. I am not trying to claim Jewish heritage. But I also believe we all are Jewish at the end. Because Jesus Christ is a Jew." Well, if you believe that, others believe he isn't. But if that's what you believe, okay, fine. I have no problem with that. And if you believe in Jesus, we're all brothers in Christ. I mean, the video surfaced in early 2023. These are the little things that he had done. Also, he's alleged to set up a fund for a homeless veteran. I think either the Iraq War, the first or second Iraq War, but this guy's a homeless veteran. He had a service dog. He had a service dog that he used to help him out and as a companion to help him with. The service dog developed cancer, developed a tumor in his stomach. Someone picked up on this and they said, well, I know a guy that have an agency that helps people, animals get surgery and money, so his dog can get some help and get fixed. This guy happened to be George Santos. There was surgery to move the cancerous tumor in the dog's stomach was to cost $3,000. This guy allegedly raised the $3,000, then he run away with the money. He ghosts the guy, several contacts, all contact with the guys, all ties. Unfortunately, the guy dog dies. You gotta be a sick, pitiful SOB. First of all, this man should not be homeless when he fought in defense of this country, shed blood for this country. That's one. The man's homeless. The man doesn't have much, but he do have a service dog. That's a companion. And for you to raise money and this veteran's name and a dog name, and for you to take the money, if you did this, I'm going to say alleged. It's just sick. You should be thrown in jail that above anything. Not miss of campaign funds, not the line to the constituents. I think that was shameful what you did. Very shameful. Now moving forward, he's threatened to expose other people in the House of Representatives, other Congress people. He's saying it's unfair that they're exposing an investigation and expelling him from the House of Representatives. But he's saying there's people in Congress that have done way worse. So not only if you're a thief, a drifter, and a liar, but you're also a rat. You want to expose others because you got caught. Come on, we're not doing that. Come on, man. We're not doing that. We're definitely not doing that. And let this be a lesson to the Nassau County Republican Party, the New York Republican Party, the National Republican Party. Kind of vet and learn the backgrounds of the people who want to run as a candidate from your party. The people that, if they win, will represent their constituents right and be honest. And being honest is an oxymoron when you talk about a politician, because we all know they lie. That's just what they do. You can't say honest politician. But his lies were petty and uncalled for, and they all had a motive, and that was for him to be elected and receiving $174,000 a year salary from the taxpayers. I say bravo to the Republicans that stepped over the party line and said he had to go. He's a disease. Even though he's a Republican, even though it may hurt their majority in the House, you cannot allow him, this man, to remain there. But vet your candidates more. Know more about them and their background before you get them elected. Thanks, like, share, and subscribe. Also, you follow me on Rumble, YouTube, TikTok for the video version. I'm on Spotify, Apple, Google, Radio Public for the audio version. Thank you.
Cena's Bryn Gingras is live outside the courthouse on Long Island. Bryn, what are you hearing?
Yeah, we're just hearing, John, that George Santos is in custody and this indictment has been unsealed. I want to give you some quick details as we're going through the paperwork. He is charged on a 13-count indictment, according to those court documents. The charges include 7 counts of wire fraud, 3 counts of money laundering, 1 count of theft of public funds, and 2 counts of making materially false statements to the House of Representatives. Again, we're just getting this indictment. It has just been unsealed. We're hearing that Santos is inside the federal courthouse here behind me, and he has been arrested on these charges. And of course, we're learning that he will see a judge later today, very likely on these charges, but we are still going through that paperwork to get the details of these counts. Again, though, 13-count indictment just unsealed, including wire fraud, money laundering, theft of public funds, and 2 counts of making materially false statements to the House of Representatives.